Right, so this is episode 5 from Scheme to Boss. I'm Way James.
And today we're with Faye McCann. Faye, the podcast is called From Scheme to Boss.
Yeah.
So where are you, Faye? And what'd you do?
So I'm all the way down in Newcastle, so not Scotland, and I am a cleaning company owner.
First foreigner.
Yeah.
That's first foreigner.
I've noticed that, yeah, the first person.
No, cheers for coming up, man,
England.
because it's still a bit of a drive. It's not like Newcastle's right round the corner, so...
Yeah. I
Cheers.
do like Glasgow, though, any excuse for a trip out.
And we can confirm you're from the scheme.
Yes.
You're from the scheme.
Yeah.
Sorry, we checked the credentials before she came on.
I've spent a lot of time in the Easter House schemes and things growing up, and I'm from a council estate as well in Newcastle, but we don't obviously call them schemes, we call them estates.
But you know what I was talking about when I said scheme.
Absolutely.
How did you end up in Easter House?
So we've got family up here, so we've spent, loads of summers and New Year's Eves and things like that. So we're always kicking about the schemes growing up. Yeah, still stay in touch now. And
So how,
visit.
obviously you're like James, you've got a cleaning company. How did you start your cleaning company?
Completely accidentally is the answer to that. I didn't want to be a cleaner. If I'm honest, I didn't think cleaning was a good job. I didn't think cleaning could pay. And if I'm brutally honest, I probably looked down a little bit on cleaners when I was growing up.
I think a lot of people do that. I think like if you're a cleaner, you're no...
Yeah, my mum was a cleaner, and she won't mind us telling you. I used to make up jobs and pretend she had different jobs, because I always thought it was quite embarrassing to be a cleaner. I fell into it completely accidentally. So I had a little boy, I had some time off work, and I didn't have any money for nappies and milk and things like that. I've never had any money before this. So I thought, well, I know if I could find maybe 2 houses to clean a week, cash in hand, back pocket job, that'll keep me sweet for nappies, for milk, and for any sort of...
Marcy, you'll be after
Yeah,
you, man.
any sort of baby things. But very, very quickly, as in like within a week or two, I realised that actually if I screw my head on here and do this properly, it could make some serious money. And I was a teacher before that. I never went back to teaching. And I just grew this and grew this and grew this.
How did you get the clients? To start off, how did you get the clients?
Oh, just on Facebook. I think I had the most rubbish advert in the world. And to be fair, I was pretty much giving it away. So I think I was charging something like £11.50 an hour.
I think that's how everybody starts off. It's like when we started doing kitchen wrap, it was like, see now when I think back, I'm like, I don't even know how I was making a living. I think some of these kitchens I was going to was costing me money.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it was very much the same for me with the cleaning. I just started off really cheap.
Sorry, apologies, I'm just going to
you're
quickly
right.
adjust your mic. It's always the same.
That's Cam, by the way. You should have done that before we started. We'll keep that a bit in, but... Hey, what are you saying?
So how did you get your clients?
So initially, I started off very, very cheap, advertising on Facebook on the world's worst sort of drawn-out advert, which I probably made on a free app. I can't even remember. And yeah, just had a couple of clients to start with. And to be fair, didn't know them, just any Tom, Dick or Harry off Facebook, just rocked up with me carrier bag and me second-hand Henry Hoover. I think I spent my last 80 quid on a second-hand Henry Hoover. My car was only worth 300 quid.
Henry's are the best Hoovers, aren't they? Henry Hoovers, they're the most reliable Hoovers.
There's a lot of Hoovers on the market.
Nah.
Yeah, I still use them now. So off I went, carrier bag with a few B&M products in, second-hand Henry Hoover. I think I probably had about a tenner left to put fuel in me 300 quid car, and off I went with the intention of making maybe 40 or 50 pound a week to pay for the little one.
How long ago was that when you started?
That was coming up 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years in July.
You had no mentor, no guidance or anything like that, because you've scaled your business massively.
Yeah.
And you don't actually clean anymore, do you?
No, I don't do anything anymore.
Don't do anything.
Stuff like this. That sounds too right.
So I haven't cleaned for quite a long time now. I don't do rotas. I don't onboard staff. I don't do interviews. I don't really do anything. I've built it to a stage where I can leave.
Basically, you just put a team in place to do all that for you.
Yeah, I've got management. There's 65 people now in that business.
Do you just, so will you just have like a monthly meeting or a weekly meeting with them, or do you just kind of just watch the money and then
watch the money
and they're looking after the business?
Yeah, well, I was going to bugger
in?
off altogether in January, but we've recently got our own shop now and combined the different offices that we had. So I now actually work in the office on a separate business, on my mentoring business and membership business. So it's kind of like two in one. But I will be honest, I'm very nosy, so I'm always, what you doing, you know. So I do
Do you sometimes find yourself coming in and getting involved in stuff that you didn't have to be involved in?
Yes, absolutely, all the time.
That used to be my thing. It's like I'd put people in place and go, no, you're in charge of it. If a customer has a complaint, just deal with it the way you would deal with it. And then I would come in whilst they're dealing with it, and I'm like,
say that.
What do you mean you said this? What do you mean you say? It's like you need to trust the people you put in place to do these things for you, and don't take their confidence away with undermining them in front of people. And I was bad for that.
Yeah,
I
can
don't
be
do it
bad
now, but
too.
I used to be bad for that.
And they're really great. The office team that I've got are really, really great. And like I can leave them no bother, absolutely no worries, no bother. I could leave them for 2 months and the business completely runs itself. I've scaled it to a point where it will completely run itself. But I am nosy mind. And I'll be, what's that on the computer there? And do you want us to just tell you this? But that's
an email comes in. It's like I used to come in the morning. It'd be like, you've missed an email. And it's like I've not even got to my emails yet. And it's because I would only concentrate on that one task, even though whoever it was dealing with it had about 100 tasks. And I'm like, how come you've not got back to that email yet? I'm like, go on, give me a minute. It's just because I've seen it. Like that's where I had to learn as a manager.
I'm my own worst enemy for that though, because they're not asking for my help. I'm just giving it without being asked. But I mean, I made a big dramatic announcement, right? I'm leaving my business in January, and everybody, well done. And I have, nothing's changed. I promoted them up and blah, 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 blah. But it's me. I can't stay away from it.
It's still your baby, innit? You still want to be involved.
Love it,
it's hard to I'm kind of similar. I've took a step away from my business, and that's why I'm doing podcasts, trying to get out the office, because I'm saying to my mum every day what you were saying, like checking emails, reply to it this way, reply to it that way, rather than just leaving her to it and doing her own thing.
And if we don't give them the confidence to make the mistakes, then it's just going to set your business back. So you can come and do stuff like this knowing that your business is running properly. And the only way you're going to do that is sometimes they just need to make these mistakes, and you just need to hope they come out the other end of it.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't affect your business too bad.
Yeah,
but
and you've got to
what could they really do?
Yeah, you've got to kind of think what is the worst that could happen. If you want to sort of, I own 5 businesses now from owning that very first business, and you've got to kind of think, what is the worst that's going to happen? I'm not going to go bankrupt. The business isn't going to close down. You might get a customer that slips through the net without paying or something like that. It's not going to be catastrophic. Right. So it's just all about giving them that little bit of breathing space, that bit of trust. And the people I've got are great. So
I seen, obviously, because I didn't know who you were or anything, because I'm not in that industry, but when I was looking at your Facebook, it's like you do a lot of like oven cleans and stuff like that. So you're still doing them where you came away from oven cleans?
I came away from oven cleans because they were a nightmare, and we weren't making a lot of money for them. So you could be in a house for 2-3 hours cleaning an oven and getting like £40 and something like that. So we just completely took it out. We still do it with end of tenancy, but we used to have vans with the dip tanks purely just cleaning ovens. And I think the reason I took it away is because I was the one cleaning the ovens. And to get the girls to turn the gas on and stuff like that, sometimes the fire would kick back out. It's a bit dodgy. So for health and safety reasons, if I wasn't cleaning ovens, I would rather just took it out of the service.
But it was good for me just to see how you've got 2 different people with very similar companies, where he's saying I'm not doing it anymore and you seem to be running with it.
Yeah, there's so many different aspects of the industry which obviously changed.
It took me 4 years to figure out what to do, because I was doing like gutter cleaning, pressure washing, I'd done biohazard, I know you're still doing that. I've done everything, and it's took me until now to realise I just want to do commercial cleaning and one-off deep cleaning. So that's like the way I want to go, but you're different, you still do.
Yeah, we have sort of different teams on different things, and we have like a biohazard team, a commercial team, a domestic team. We're scaling up sort of massively on our commercials this year, and obviously our biohazards, I do all the biohazard training and things like that as well. So still trying to sort of win at them. Domestic, you don't earn a lot of money cleaning people's houses, which you've probably figured out.
And
but
the most moneyest clients as well. Like, you leave one wee hair behind the toilet pan.
Very, very difficult they can be. They want the world. They do tend to want the world. A lot of domestic clients, not all of them. I've got some lovely clients, but we do it at scale. So I think this year we'll turn £1 million over in domestic only. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's not worth dropping.
Sorry for starting off with Henry Hoover and a few products for B&M.
Second on Henry Hoover at that.
Did you do well at school, Faye? Were you clever?
Yes, I was very, very clever at school. I was very, very naughty as well. And I used to get away.
We're going to clip that bit.
And I used to get away with murder at school because of my intelligence. I was in top sets all the way through. I walked out. I know you have different exams to us, but I walked out of my GCSEs with 10 A's, an A star and a B.
So what was the goal when you left school? Obviously it wasn't to have a cleaning company because you touched on that. What was the goal when you first left school?
To become a primary school teacher.
So that was the goal then?
Yeah, it was. Looking back, obviously you're a kid when you're at school. I don't think I ever thought about it properly. I just kind of thought from when I was a kid, I'll be a primary school teacher. I loved school when I was in primary school. That was like totally my safe space. I really, really loved it. So I just thought, oh yeah, I'll just be like them. And I went and I done that. I left school. I got all A's and A stars. I got suspended a few times and things like that in between a bit, but I still really done well in my exams. I didn't do so well in my A levels because I was going through some awful times and things like that at home. I went through really bad, traumatic few years. So I basically didn't get the university that I wanted to. So I stood in the sixth form head teacher's office, looked at the universities that I could get in with the grades that I'd got and just went, I'll just go to that one. And 2 weeks later, my bags were packed. I was away by myself, moving down the country. I stayed. I didn't really enjoy it. I became a teacher. And then, it wasn't long till I realised it wasn't for me.
Did you find that teachers, like, obviously, so I feel like when we were in school, if you wanted to go to university, it was a case of they just won the bollard. It was like, go and get an apprenticeship. And then if you couldn't get, because it's no easy to get an apprenticeship, do you feel like teachers encouraged you more because basically you had that route to university?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't feel I was ever given, I certainly was never given any information about starting a business, running a business, employing people or anything.
Spend money, cash handling or anything like that?
Absolutely nothing at all. I think because I was one of the sort of clever kids, if you like, and, getting these A's and these A stars and top sets all the way through, that was kind of, you're clever, you go to university, get a degree and do something with a degree.
Get yourself in lots of debt and struggle to pay it back for years.
And the funny thing is, those sort of teachers, I get their annual salary in a month.
Teachers don't make good enough money for that. But you must have, like, the training that you would get for a teacher must be good for, like, staff, because I'm not saying all staff are like Wayne's before anybody moans at me, but some staff really act like children.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that, it's like some of them do, some of them it's like, it's just, I don't know what it is, but we used to have people coming in and it's like you had to treat them like Wayne's.
Yeah, and I've used that teaching degree. I never regret anything in life. I never ever regret anything. Yes, it was 3 years learning to do something that I didn't want to do, but I grew up a lot and I moved away. I learned to fend for myself. But I do teach now. I teach other cleaning company owners how to do biohazardous cleaning, how to do specialists.
All over the UK, don't you?
Yeah, I go all over the place. So I'm always on the roads. Right down to the bottom of the country, Scotland, Wales, you name it, and I go. So it has came in handy in a roundabout way. I just never
you're still
thought.
Teaching, just no teaching about primary.
Yeah, I thought I'd be teaching times tables, and instead I'm teaching up how to clean brains off the walls and blood off the floors.
How do you do that? So do you just basically like a tour kind of thing? Do you just pick a location and then just advertise in that location to find people, and then just hire it? With like the Hilton or something like that? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly what I do. So I did think about sort of getting a base and things like that, but it's a lot of travel to the northeast. You'll know yourself anywhere down south in England. It's just miles away. And I just thought, why not put a niche on it? And I'll come to you. So I just hire different venues in different cities, give it a good 2 or 3 months push for advertising, and they always sell out. So far, so good.
How do you, because we get asked a lot for like kitchen wrap training, and for us it's like, okay, so what you got to do, come up to us, we could show you, but I feel like there is a gap in the market for anybody who's doing kitchen wrapping, that if you go to them, But it's like, how do you find the people who want to get trained in that area? Do you just go Facebook ads and then go for a location, or do you Google ads, or do you just basically do things like this to push it?
Yeah, you can do all of those. I use social media a lot. I've got quite a following on social media of people in the cleaning industry. So it's just about consistently advertising your own work as well, because let's be honest, nobody wants to pay hundreds of pounds to be trained off someone that's work's crap, you know, so it's making
or
sure.
Or he done, pay hundreds of pounds and have to go to B&Q to take those off.
That was my training course. I went to B&Q, went down south, and he just took me into B&Q and Curry's and showed me how to take oven doors off. That was me getting trained up. So
it's funny, some of the different trainings and things like that, but
yours is a lot more professional than that.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Well, you've been on the telly and that as well, haven't you? You've been on the TV shows. Do you want to touch on that a wee bit, how they got involved?
Yeah, really good, great opportunity for business and things like that. We've been on Channel 5 hoarders show and going in and working with people displaying hoarding disorders. I've actually just turned down a TV series on us.
That's a dream for me, by the way.
It was to me until we got into the logistics of it, as in how much time it's going to take. You know, it was going to be sort of based on us. It just wasn't going to be for us at this time. That's 2 shows we've now had to turn down.
Is that because you enjoy, like, you're a coach as well? So you've got another business where you're a coach, you do your biohazard, you've got your shop. You're just doing everything, aren't you?
It just would be too much logistically to film one series. It would be like 3 solid months of filming. They'd need me staff off cleans to film. They'd need me off mentoring, me off training. You know, it was just going to be too much for a series that it might have worked, it might not, but for me, it wasn't for me at this time. There might not be a return
on that investment, because we do a lot of TikToks, but we find that jobs are taking us that wee bit longer. Now, we don't charge the customer extra for it, but it means that at night time you're getting home, you're sitting and watch all the videos, you're sitting making content to go out there. But we need to do it. So I'd imagine if you've got a camera crew out, we had a camera guy out last week, and the job just took ages by the time he set up his camera, and it's like, we were putting kitchen doors on, they were already fitted, we took them on and off 3 times.
Yeah, so when you're filming, is particularly cleaning for a show, like when I film for hoarders and things like that, you'll break for like a 4-hour dinner break while they do different angles and things like that. So a job that can take you a day will take you 4 or 5.
So you would need to basically put a team on the road so it's going to cost you about 2 yearly salaries plus a van plus
absolutely
just to get content for a TV show.
Yeah, we get paid. The TV Channel 5 does pay us, and we just about break even. To be in all honesty, I'll not sit here and lie, I'd do it for free for the promo, and we're going back on to Hoarders as well to film more episodes of
you're
that.
quite happy to do like 1.5 episodes, but a full series.
It just wasn't for us, and I think what we were going to they just weren't going to show what I wanted them to show, and I just thought, you know, I could run with it. I can take 3 months off. But you know,
you've got to go with your gut. If it doesn't feel right, then
it didn't feel right.
Do it.
How did you get in contact with these kind of people for that to happen?
So they contacted us. We were seen from social media. Yeah, so we've had quite a few of our cleans go viral. We've been in almost every national newspaper, The Sun, The Mirror, all of those type of papers and things like that. And they contacted us off the back of it. And we just ran with it. And we're more than happy to film for Hoarders again. And we are going to go back on and do that. And I think maybe keep that as our thing. That's where we are on the telly, and just keep it at that for now.
You're everywhere at the moment, right? So the past 2 years has been crazy for you. You won a couple of awards last year as well. Do you want to touch on that? What awards you won?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously you'll know, James, because you were on the judging panel, which was really, really good.
That's easy to get to say. Tell everybody how I gave you an award.
So we won Best Social Media in the UK, and we won Best Domestic Cleaning Company in the UK, and we were really, really proud to win those. You know, we've got those up on our shop, voted Best Cleaning Company in the UK. It's absolutely brilliant, and I believe I'm your successor from the year before.
If I had to hand over to anybody, you're the perfect person for it. But with the Best Social Media, we were looking at your reviews. You've got over, I don't know any business that's got over 1,000 reviews on Facebook, so well done on that. How do you get the reviews?
So I do a strategy, and it's called Chase the Likes. So it's something that I do on social media to build my business page up. So some of our videos and stuff on there has had like over 1 million views on them. And everybody that likes something on our page, so whether it's a video, whether it's a post, whether it's a picture of us or behind the scenes or whatever, we click and we load up all of the likes on it. Say it gets 67 likes. Every single one of those 67 people will then receive an invitation to like the page. And we do that on every single post. So it's taken years to build up sort of like 25,000, I think we've got now on Facebook alone.
Because Facebook's hard to grow an audience. It's
is,
not as easy as other platforms.
It's really hard to grow an audience on Facebook, but that's where our main audience is, which is a little bit crazy because that's where people struggle to grow. And that's where the work comes in as well for cleaning.
I've seen some big companies that have got, like 2,000 on Facebook, and that's nothing. And it's like, but it just took years of graft to get that. And then we go on TikTok, and even with this, like Scheme to Boss, it's like 2,500 followers on that already.
Yeah.
It's like it's how easy it is compared to TikTok compared to Facebook. So Facebook's a graft. If you get 25,000 on that, then TikTok, you'll go viral every week.
Yeah, definitely will. Well, I do love TikTok. I think TikTok's harder for a service business. I think people like to use TikTok for like, don't want to say relaxation, but well, I do. I've watched all of the clips that you guys have put on, and I think people use TikTok for entertainment sort of thing, and Facebook.
No, you need to give them drama. They love drama.
I love a bit of drama.
You've got a bit of drama at the moment,
I've got a woman now, and I done her kitchen at the end of last year, and she's emailed at the time. We made an error with the quote, and the quote went out saying zero for noodles. So I went out and she's like, got it in black and white. And I was like, right, fair enough. I was like, it's my mistake.
Yeah.
We'll use it for marketing and we'll take a learning opportunity for it. She's got water damage on the door, and 5 months later she's emailing me saying she's going to give me a bad review if I don't fix it. And it's like, no, it's got water damage on it.
Put a picture of the door up on the podcast. Get a wee picture up.
So I said, 25 quid, we'll come out and do it. We're still out of pocket, but I didn't want the bad review.
Yeah, of course.
And then I missed her email. Fair enough, right? I shouldn't have missed her email, but we're getting hundreds of emails a day.
Yeah.
I missed her email. We took a wee bit longer to get back to her, and now it's a case of she's just sending me big long-winded. And it's like, I was like, tell you what, I'll come and fix it now, but I'm not doing goodwill anymore because I'm not getting blackmailed into it.
Yeah.
And she's like, we'll just cancel it then.
Do you know, it's so hard working with the public and, you know, having a business that works with the public. You just can't please everybody, no matter how much you try.
That's what I'm going to get to. So straight away, he's like, don't fling her under the bus.
He tries to find bad reviews. For everybody we bring on, he tries to bring bad reviews.
It's like you look at yours and it's like 1,000 reviews. That's amazing. You get 4.8 for a thousand. It's like, so, I mean, the odd bad review clearly doesn't bother you. I mean, why should it? Because I was reading some of your bad reviews and some of them are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like people just being totally unreasonable. It's like, I seen one of the ones you got a bad review for, you said booked them in, but then realised maybe you're a bit further out than what we hang with.
Oh, yeah.
But you'd contacted the person and said, look, you're further out than what we usually go. Well, we can't come. And then I seen that you'd offered to actually go out. That wasn't enough for the person.
We actually offered to go out because she'd put the bad review on.
It's like, well,
it was what it was. It was somebody brand new to the office that took the booking, and it was an hour away.
So an admin error.
It was an administration error. We apologised, and she wasn't happy. So we said, look, it doesn't matter then. I'll pay the staff the extra fuel.
We'll do it.
So then she wrote the 1-star review. I actually phoned her up and said, look, I'll come and clean your house for free. And she still wouldn't take the review off. But you know what? I think it makes you look like real people in a real business.
It. We make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes. It's like, I missed that woman's email. I put my hands up to that. But that shouldn't come with a bad review, especially considering I spent the best part of £400 getting on noodles.
Yeah.
It's like, why should I be more out of pocket for it? To get treated like that after, I mean, you've went on, you've done everything you could to not get that. But one of the funny things I thought about it was, on the review, somebody that used to work for you had basically said, come to, I used to work there, come to me and I'll clean it. It's like, how embarrassing are you? Is it like, why would you?
But I've had
how
so
professional
much
is that?
of that.
Imagine going through your old work and saying, like, looking for bad reviews and saying, right, come to me and I'll clean it. It's so
it's
bad.
Crazy. I've had so many people stab me in the back and start up themselves and try.
I think that's just common in a lot of businesses, isn't it? You'll train them up, show them the ropes, and they think, I could do that myself.
Especially with things like cleaning and kitchen wrapping. It's like, you don't need a premises, you don't need that, you need a Hoover and cleaning supplies. Like with us, all you need to do is have a supplier to be able to go out and do it and find customers. So I've had guys that have worked for me and they went, right, I'm just going to go and do it myself, because they think it's a gold mine and they think it's easy. And the reality is, it's nowhere near as easy as what you think.
Absolutely.
I mean, you make it look easy. I might like you make it look hard, but it's like just because like we've got experience, we've done a lot of learning, and that's what they don't realise. And they soon go out and it's like they just basically die off, and they don't do any more jobs, or they just go and get like one job a week and sit with like 30 reviews forever.
Yeah,
but going on, somebody's going on. So honestly, see, when I was reading it, I sent him screenshots saying, "It's like imagine doing that." I'm like, imagine doing that.
I know, that was cringe. I remember that. I was actually laughing my head off at that. But I always think in business, you get served what you deserve. So, you know, the people that'll, as you say, you train them up in kitchen wraps and they'll go off and start off themselves. They only ever get what they deserve. If you start off very dishonestly and sneaky and stab people in the back and things like that, you will get what you deserve. It never works.
Like even though the thought, like the woman's not gave me a bad review yet, it's coming, right? But see, now
everybody knows about it.
Well, that's it. So I put it on TikTok, and people love the drama, but the support I was getting for it was because people actually being unreasonable, and it's like the customers no realise. Like, say for instance, I got you to clean my house, and I wasn't quite happy with it. Did they no realise that if I emailed you or phoned you, and I was just nice to the point where, look, I know you've came out and cleaned it. There's a couple of wee issues. Could you maybe get it sorted? You'll get it sorted. You're not going to say no. Like, you will get it sorted.
Yeah.
But if I email you and go, right, I'm giving you a bad job, your back's going to get up.
You're going to get the back up, and it's bribery and it's blackmail, really. If you don't do this, I will do that. Well, that's a threat, really.
So shit about your back's get up. But I've seen some of your comments back to them, because I've been doing it with us. I've been coming to and from with emails, and I've just been showing people the emails.
Like, she doesn't take any shit hard, does she?
And that's what I was laughing. I was like, good, that it's like to see a company that can stand up for themselves, because it's like you are out there doing good work. You don't deserve some of the bad, some bad reviews. Most of them, like I'm saying, most of them as if there's hundreds of them. I mean, 4.8 out of 1,000 still.
Yeah.
So
it was hard to find one of your bad reviews. There was so many good reviews.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. And don't get me wrong, if my girls make a mess of something, or, you know, we will put our hands up, we'll say, look,
and you fix it,
we'll get that fixed for you. Really sorry, you know, don't want to lose you as a customer. When you've got 65 staff out cleaning, it's going to happen now and again.
I seen you said that to somebody. I've got 65 staff, and they were like, well, you're lying, you said 59. It's like, well, I had 59 on, and then you're having to explain stuff like that.
You shouldn't need to explain yourself.
It's silly, isn't it? It's
and
just
like,
ridiculous.
At what point are you getting petty with it? You know what I mean? But these are people, some of these ones are saying, it's like, these are people who have never even had the job done off you.
Yeah.
It was just like, we were running late, because if you're, how many cleans a day you doing?
Yeah,
like,
a lot.
Things are going to happen. It's like, even us, we've got a job a day, and it's like, if we get a delivery delay or something like that, it can knock the job on. We just ask customers to be patient. I would rather they'll be angry at me for being late than be angry at me for doing a bad job. And I couldn't really find any for an actual bad job. Anyone I was finding on your reviews were just petty, or it was clearly coming from competition who were just trying to tarnish your name, because I think one of them was like, didn't even do a job for you, but you give us a review for it.
It's absolutely crackers. I always compare it when I sort of talk about staff, if they get a complaint and things like that. I always compare it to sort of like a small cafe compared to McDonald's, okay? So let's just say we went out and bought a small cafe, we serve 10 people a day, a Sunday lunch or something like that. You're never going to get a complaint. People are going to say, oh, thank you very much, Faye, that's absolutely lovely. You open a McDonald's, how many people come in raging, you forgot me sauce, you forgot this. How many complaints they get.
But yet people still go back.
And it's the same, if you've got the biggest cleaning company in the Northeast, you're going to get petty little people that are after anything for nothing. You get your lovely ones as well. But, you know, your solo cleaners, or people that just clean for themselves, go and sit with old Betty and have a cup of tea, then old Betty's never going to write a review on the thing. You know, their customers are always going to be happy. When they see a large company, I feel people are more prone to think, oh, I might get a freebie out of this, or I'll try this.
That's one of the things I'm big on. It's like, people want to, if you want to act like a company, people treat you like a company.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
these are the downfalls I get being a bigger company. For us, it's like, we don't see ourselves as a big company, because, I mean, because it's only really me and David, know what I mean, and a couple of other boys that help us out. But in general, we just ask our customers, because we can only do 2 or 3 jobs a week, so it's like, get personal with us.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got an issue, pick up the phone and just say, Alex, I've got an issue, and I'll turn around and go, I'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
But don't email me saying if you don't give me this for free, I'm going to give you a bad review, because I'm just going to get my back up and I'll just give you it back.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like, what is it? She emailed me saying the other day, I'm playing the victim. So I'm standing up for myself.
I'd sooner take the bad review than back down to people.
Now, if she gives me the bad review, I'm just going to get so much content off it. It's unreal.
You've already flipped it already, haven't you? Everybody's sticking up for you now.
I've got I think it was 600 comments of people saying, well, we'll all go and reply to it. It's like brilliant.
I had an absolutely hilarious bad review once. It was removed because people were up in arms about it. So I had a baby. How old is he? Nearly 4 years ago. And I put a little picture of him born, and I put this is really funny. I put him in a clean as a whistle baby grow. And I put on free clean, whoever, like, here he is, born, because a lot of the customers at that time still knew me and wanted to see a picture. So put a little picture. Anybody guess his weight? And I'll give you a free clean. We'll pick a clean, a winner at random. Like, anyways. Somebody guessed his name wrong and wrote us a bad review.
But did they?
They were absolutely furious that they didn't win this free clean. Honest to God, I was literally getting out of hospital. I was still in hospital when I posted it. I just thought, that's a cute little picture with a clean as a whistle baby grow on. Oh my days. You're writing a review. This company is a disgrace. She's chose somebody to win that knew the weight or something ridiculous like that, honestly. But you know, the clout we got off that. I must have made, and this is 4 years ago before we had any levels of staff and clients that we've got now, that bad review must have made me 10 grand because people were sharing it, commenting, this is a disgrace. The bookings, the phone would not
used it to your
stop
advantage.
Of that review,
especially looking at the lassie's just had a wee baby. She's gained somebody a competition.
I've got the sympathy
and
phone
it's like,
that's one of your family members that wrote the review about it. That was a marketing.
I know, next time, if there is a next time. No, do you know what? It was actually marketing gold because it was so petty. It was nothing to do with cleaning. It was a 1-day-old baby's, guess what, they weighed, and they got it wrong. I actually know this girl that left this review. Yeah, she's actually on my Facebook, so she'll probably see this. I've never spoken to her since, but she'll probably see this. We made a minimum of 10 grand off that review. That's because amazing. Everybody, oh my God, I feel so sorry. This is a business owner. She's posted. In all fairness, I would have said the same if it was somebody else's business. I was a little bit upset, you know, your hormones, and you've just said, I was like, oh God, they're writing bad reviews about the baby.
Tarnish your business and all that. When you get a bad review, you're worried about it. You get
so worried. And I remember getting home from the hospital, and I was checking my phone on the way home from the hospital. I was thinking, oh God, is this going to put my business under? Obviously.
You worry about that at the start.
Especially you just had that baby, and I need to provide.
Yeah, and you know, and it was like a bit of a worrying time, but literally within a couple of hours, I thought, coaching. Everybody's, come on, sharing me page. Honestly, we're going viral for this review, and every single comment was obviously very much sticking up for us and saying, like, leave the girl alone. She's a girl in her young 20s, you know, that's just had a baby. But yeah, thank you to whoever done that.
Have you ever found it so tough, like, this isn't for me anymore when you first started? Like, were you ever ready to throw in the towel? No. And just chuck it?
Never.
So if you've not had any bad experience, I've
had bad experiences. I've had loads of bad experiences, but I'm a very, very headstrong person. And as soon within that first sort of 2 weeks to a month of ever starting this cleaning, I knew it would work. There was something in me that knew that this would change my family's life, so I stuck at it. The low point, one of the really bad low points I had, it was actually not long after that bad review for the baby weight, was the manager that I had in place at the time and the assistant manager that I had in place at the time tried to take the whole business from under us, so slashed the van tyres, stole the money,
Did you know them personally? Was it?
Yeah. I had actually asked one of them to be the baby's godmother.
Jealousy.
Yeah, so I was actually where was I? No, I wasn't. I'd went through a miscarriage at the time, and I had been discharged from hospital, and my partner Chrissy said, right, we'll go away. We just went to a little caravan park, you know, I didn't have tons of money or anything there. We'll go away for the weekend. And when I was away, obviously just got discharged out of hospital, they went round, slashed the tyres, stole the money, stole the products, hacked the systems, contacted all the clients, right, this is our company now, blah, blah, blah. Obviously they didn't win.
Why did they do that? Did they think they helped you grow the business and they're entitled to?
They just saw what I was achieving and thought they could have it for themselves.
People don't want to. They would rather pull you down than boost you up.
Yeah.
So I started the original kitchen ratting business with the best man. He was my best man at my wedding. He was my pal for nursery school.
Yeah.
And when we started, it just didn't work out. It's like he wanted to do things his way, I wanted to do things, and it just didn't work out. But that was a friend for life that I lost because of starting a business with him.
Yeah.
And it's like people don't realise how hard working with family and stuff like that can be hard.
Yeah,
working with
it's a
pals can
lesson
be hard.
learned.
You can lose pals or business.
Of course you
because they think some people. This is why I fell out with him. But some people think that, well, I'm working with you, you're my pal, I should be entitled to everything that you're getting.
Yeah.
It's like, and you're like, no, it's my business. It's
Yeah.
like I'm the reason that this has been successful.
Yeah.
And it's without saying know your place, but
Yeah,
it's like,
you hit the nail on the head before when you said, you're the boss, and you do make it look easy.
Aye.
People always say, how do you do this? How do you run a business this size? How have you got so much success and things like that? It might look easy, but my God, it hasn't been easy at all. I've worked my fingers to the bone to start to bring it up to success. And, those two individuals, those two girls, they did try and steal it, but guess where they are now? Absolutely nowhere. They've got nothing.
What you've done in 6 years, incredible. Not just with your cleaning company, but with your training courses, your coaching and all that as well. So you've learnt it pretty fast, didn't you?
Yeah.
Smashing it.
I've ran with it. Yeah.
well.
I put some hours in mind, but it's really starting to pay off now, and life's starting to change. And yeah.
You're looking for somewhere abroad, is that right? I seen on your Facebook you want a holiday
Yeah, I
home.
think we're going to go over in September or October and buy a holiday home for me, Chrissy, and the kids. I haven't got a chance to go and look before that.
Where is it you're planning on going? Is there anywhere in particular?
A place called Torrevieja near Alicante. It's quite nice, reasonable prices for
next to golf courses and all that as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, near Villamartin. Reasonable prices and quite cheap to go out, to go out there for friends, because I want it for friends and family to come over as well and be able to say, right, I'm going with the
You'll be
kids.
doing competitions on Facebook, win a free holiday and all that kind of stuff.
You're quite big with competitions, aren't you? You do quite a lot on Facebook and
give
stuff.
a lot away. I just put a competition on yesterday for...
Typical James.
Just put a competition on yesterday to win festival tickets, VIPs, and we're always looking. This is what I'm saying about building up those followers. I like to give them another reason to be on the page, not just for cleaning, so they can jump on my page and they can enter a competition for free.
That's smart, because a lot of people aren't interested in seeing people. It's like the same oven. As far as an oven looks like an oven to me.
Yeah.
So if I look at one
Me
picture
too.
of a clean oven, it's a clean oven.
You've seen once
so
you've
it's
seen
like
one, you've
getting
seen them
creative
all.
like that to grow your audience on Facebook and things like that is a good way of doing it.
And I don't know sort of what you guys think about your business, the cleaning industry, but I find that people, they don't care what products you're using. They don't care about that. They care about the end result, what it's going to look like. They like to see nice, shiny photos, but more than that, I post all sorts on my Facebook page, when it's the half term, places that are putting on the kids eat for £1 and quid meals and stuff like that. I'll post that on my Facebook because that's going to give you a word that I've invented, screenshotable content that's going to make people want to tag a friend or screenshot. And I always say to people, that's what you need to ensure, that at least 1 in every 5 posts is screenshotable content.
You need to give people value, something a reason to be on your page.
Yeah,
because
people don't care about cleaning like we do, or people don't care about kitchen wrapping like you do.
We used to just go and you before, after.
That's what we used to do.
Nobody cared.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now it's like with the TikToks, so we're doing videos and it's like we're showing our working life and things like that, even just us getting a carry on and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
you've got to move with the times, haven't you?
And if you do have a bit of drama, you put that on it. So
exactly. Yeah,
when your tires
they love it. They love the
when
drama.
your tires get slashed, you'd have get all sorts of content out of that.
Yeah.
Result.
You would have. It's like, because you've just went out with your camera and shown like, this is what's just happened to my van, this is what's happened to people. Would have loved that.
Yeah, it's all changing, isn't it? Social media is changing, and I train out in social media, particularly in the cleaning industry, and the training always changes, and people must think she just makes this up as she goes along, but I don't. It's because the audience always changes. What people are into are always changing. It's ever evolving, and you've got to stay on top of it if you want to stand out from anybody else.
Do you, so for instance, like you've got the cleaning company, you've got that area, and obviously you service postcodes. Do you see that going further afield, or are you happy where that is and that's it, and you're just going to concentrate on the other parts of the business?
Yeah, we're going to keep going further afield. So we cover a massive area of the northeast. You might not be familiar, but we're sort of like all the way up in Northumberland, right down to Sunderland, Newcastle, Gateshead. So we already cover a massive area, and we have teams in different areas, and we're going to keep expanding a little bit further and take over Teesside as well.
Would you look to buy businesses? Because somebody's just came to me with a business in Durham and one in Sunderland, domestic and commercial cleaning, turnover 500,000, another one's 230. It's two friends, but they'll sell it together. If that's something that would interest you, I can get details for you. No, because I'm trying to buy other cleaning companies, so somebody's came to me.
Why don't you buy them?
Because it's too far south for me. I can't. I've not got a team there or anything like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you've got a team there, you're buying like 700 grand worth of contracts already.
Yeah.
It could make sense.
Or you could just go into that area and just take the contracts after.
Yeah.
Just take over.
I'm going to take over Middlesbrough and Teesside, and
I've got to take over.
I love the confidence.
We will 100% do that. And then I think we're going to stop and just make sure that we are the number one choice cleaning company. That is a huge area. Probably is about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes round circle. I'm not good at geography, but round area from one side to the other. And then I think we're probably going to stop because I have started to invest in things out of the cleaning industry now. And I just think I'll need to boil my head if I keep going.
What would you say, for instance, like advice for, say, somebody like me who was wanting to, so we go into different areas. We've got a system built that can take quotes for different areas and it can divvy it out to people in different areas. What would the strategy be for taking out an area that you don't have? Like, so for instance, I'm going to assume your shop's like the headquarters.
Yeah.
So what's your area? What's your strategy for taking out an area that's maybe further afield? Do you find somebody in that area to manage it, give them a van and let that run, or do you just have them just
take control of it at first, and then we hire cleaners, and then we would hire a manager. So all of the other areas that we've taken over, I've done that, and a lot of it is social media. So I will just literally find every single community group, everything that is going on in that area, and literally just go for it. I'll spend hours commenting back to people, making friends on there, giving free value, and then I'll just hit them all with the
But it's the staff, it's the issue. So getting to work, you're obviously good at getting to work. How do you find the recruitment side of things? Because that's where I struggle.
That's where
I try to get reliable staff. It's hard.
We could take on say 3 jobs a week for Dundee, but we wouldn't have an installer in Dundee, they knew, that could go and do it. We wouldn't need to send somebody from Glasgow every day to Dundee.
So with our business, it is a little bit different. So we turn people away for jobs every day. And what I've started to do, I get people asking for jobs like from New Zealand, from London, all over the place, and lots in the northeast. So recruitment, touch wood, has never ever been an issue for us. And when we take on a new area, we already have followers in that area. We have followers from all over the northeast, and we just would sponsor an ad on Indeed or something like that. So
I'd do that, but see that a lot of people applying Indeed. You invite 15 for an interview, 3 turn up, you offer them the job and they don't bother. So I think a lot of people, it's own benefits. They need to prove that they're applying for jobs.
I totally agree.
And they just waste your time. So
to be fair, we haven't we haven't put an ad on Indeed for quite a while because, as I say, we do get like organic people that sort of see us, and you know we're on Facebook every single day, and my face is never off Facebook, so they almost feel as if they sort of know I'm a decent person, you know. So they ask all the time. But yes, I totally agree with Indeed and recruitment. That's definitely what it is. They must have to apply for X amount of jobs because the applications you get, you think, oh, come on, man. And I don't want to go through something like 500 applications to find one 16-hour cleaner. But we are quite lucky in the sense, well, it's not lucky. I don't believe it in luck. It's hard work in that they sort of come to us through Facebook and organic.
Do you have quite a good training set up for like new starts? Because it's like, it might be a case of you might just not be finding good cleaners because you're no training no good enough to start with.
Well, the cleaners that come on board tend to no leave, so it's nothing to do with the training. You need to get them in the door before you can train them, know what I mean? So
we always put ours on a 1-day trial as well, and they'll only be offered the job after the trial. It's fully paid and stuff like that. It goes through the books as normal. It goes through as petty cash, but I like to not vet people, because I always appreciate that people may be nervous. It's the first day. Nobody's going to be good at something on the first day. But the things that I look out for, or the senior staff do, the team leaders that do the training, you know, are they on time? Are they presentable? Have they got a nice attitude with customers? And anything, those are my important things. The cleaning, we can teach you how to clean to the absolute
That's
best
where
of
you don't have a lot of experience being a cleaner.
Because you can teach it.
Reliability, because even if you've got experience, we want to train you up to the way we clean. We bring people on board. I've been cleaning for 15 years. I don't care. You'll come in and get trained up the way we clean.
Yeah, and I like a nice attitude. You know, it's all in the attitude for me. You know, and I have had people in for trials. I had one in that was punching me dashboard in between jobs, that I had to pretend I wasn't
just
well and take her
problems.
home. She was absolutely, honestly, that was years ago, and she was I think she was on drugs or something. She was erratic, and then she must have got a text. I can't remember the exact circumstances. She must have got some sort of text on her phone that she didn't like, and just started punching me dashboard. My car was only worth 300 quid. I thought it's gonna fall apart. That was in the very early days, and I just thought, oh no, what am I getting into? But thankfully that really was a one-off. I've never had anybody like that.
Training mentality as well. It's like they need to be, as I say, they need to turn up to jobs, they need to look clean, they need to look respectful. And I've had some people in your gone like that, they just don't, like, they looked great for the first week and then just turn up one day and it's like just nowhere, like you give them all fresh uniform and the uniform just didn't look washed, it was covered in silicone, and I was being petty because I didn't want that.
Yeah, it's really difficult when you're trying to represent yourself and you have like a lot of people there and, you know, a lot of people working for you, and you kind of want, you don't want everybody to look the same, because we have a big, wide, diverse, different colours, different ethnicities, you know, men, women, all sorts of different things like that. But, you know, I've never went to work looking, you know, I've always, regardless of whether it was an employed position or this, so I definitely like my staff too as well, and be smart in their uniform. Mine are quite good, you know, vast majority are ladies that like to try and take care of themselves. Do you need to police it at all,
or is it just a case that people just, like, they know the score, turn up, look respectable, and that's it? I will get the odd, I call them the young'uns, that try and get away with the Nike Pro tops and stuff like that instead of the uniforms, and I'm just, you know, well, again, I don't see them. It's the team leaders. Yeah. Such and such hasn't got a uniform on, or more senior staff or something like that. And I'll just send it to, you know, text, or manager will send a text and say you need to wear a uniform. But most of it, you know, they just want to go out and earn a living as well. Yeah. I don't have mass amounts of problems with sort of uniform and what people look like and things like that, which is one less thing to deal with, I suppose. I know we've already spoken about this, right? But I want to go back to the reviews for a second, because not the thing is, because I'm big on reviews, and I've not really came across anybody with that amount of reviews. Yeah. And it's like, so every time we do a job, we send an automatic email, we send a text, and we chase for it, and we still don't get a review for every job we've done. Doesn't mean it was a bad review. Some people just can't be bothered doing it. What is your strategy to get that many reviews? Because is it just down to sheer volume of jobs that you're doing?
It's down to sheer volume, yeah. We could have 10,000 reviews on there. We clean hundreds of houses a week. That it's down to sheer volume, but I totally agree. And this is like a universal thing that every business, regardless of what it is, struggles for. People would be quick to send a complaint, but to take 2 to 3 minutes out of that time to leave you a glowing review.
So do you chase really them? So do you do what we do, like every job? So it's impossible for you to do a sign off in my company before the customer getting asked for a review. So we'll take the gamble, because we're going to assume that every job is good enough to get a good review. If it was bad enough to take a bad review, we'll take the bad review for it, because at the end of the day, you're entitled to do that. Do you send an email to every customer, or do you have somebody who basically their job is to sit and chase it up? Or do you just say to staff, see when the job's done, ask for the review?
We say to staff, we incentivise staff to get reviews. So every month I'll stick a little competition on for the team. So one month it might be a night away for 2 people. The next month, last April was £150 cash. December's more. And I say, look, if you get over 3 reviews over the month, your name will go in a hat for the draw. So go out and get the
That's good.
reviews.
That's a good
so
idea.
you know, you'll have people, particularly new people, that come in and join, and they're like, yes, review, and it's brilliant. It gets the reviews
Gets
up
a
on the
buzz about them.
page.
So if you get 60 staff, that's 60 reviews.
Yeah, well, that's it. And you've got to have more than 3 to be in the draw, because once we had just one girl that came in for one shift out of the month, one job, then went home sick and won the bloody review competition. Everybody else had worked their socks off. So I thought you've got to have at least 3. You know, it can't just be one fluky thing.
Aye. And I suppose for a customer's point of view as well, it's your staff are encouraged to go out there and do a good job, because you're not going to get a good review with going out there and being no talking to the customer, no being nice and doing a shite job.
Yeah.
So they're going to turn up, they're going to be like to the customer,
lovely
nice to
and
meet
chatty,
you, really hang because they want that review.
They want the review. They get quite a lot of tips and things like that as well. So it really works in our favour. We did, to answer your question, we did have a system which would text every client. Used to spend a fortune on this system every month, and do you know what? They would just ignore the texts. But by the staff asking them, the actual people that are cleaning and saying, you know, we get bonus and we get incentivised for a review. If you get 2 minutes, you know, could you? Yeah, absolutely.
It helps if you ask them when you're on the job as well. Let's see, before I go, can you click on the link and send me a wee review?
Yeah, and people don't want to, what I've found, people don't want to help me. They don't care about us sitting in the office, making all the money, reaping the benefits. But the lasses that go out and scrub the house for 7 hours or something like that, if they can spend 2 minutes helping them out, they will. You know, they'll maybe say, I'll leave you reviews. They come out with all sorts, bottles of wine, boxes of chocolates, and all sorts of lovely things.
Having that one
great.
review, see like a cleaner or anybody gets a good review, for them, their name to be mentioned, it's a motivational boost. Like seeing their faces when they come in, they're all buzzing,
they
they've got a good
They
review and all that.
absolutely love it.
And it takes
you know
like
what?
a couple of seconds to do it, but it makes somebody's week when they get a good review.
It really does. It gives them a spring in the step. It's job satisfaction, you know, and gives them that little bit chance to win stuff, get shout outs in the group and, you know, the group chat. Well done this person, well done that person. It is going to make you smile, you know. They've done a really good job that they've been paid to go and do, but they've went above and beyond and earned a review for it. So I love it when people write reviews.
They're quick to complain, but they don't give the good feedback. So when the lassies do get the good feedback, they love it.
They absolutely love it, and it's great for us in the office as well, because you know, if somebody does message in, you know, they were late or we're not, you know, we don't want to be getting at people all the time. We understand that they've got this job that works within school hours. They might not want this job forever, and you know, they might want to go and do other things. They might be happy in their job, but we don't want to be getting people down and keep being negative with them all the time. You know, people go to work to earn money. They don't go to work to keep me happy, and that's the bottom line of it. You know, they go to work to get money, and we don't want to constantly be picking at little things. We want to be picking the phone up and saying, oh, absolutely cracking job. We've had your client on. They want more cleans. They want this. That's what... We don't get pleasure out of telling people off, and I think sometimes staff might think, oh God, she loves telling me off, and it's not that. I actually get pleasure from boosting you up and giving you really good feedback and things, but you've got to go out and earn it. You've got to go out and get those reviews.
It's good at just incentivising staff to be good. That's a good idea. It's like, obviously, I've tried that stuff. It's just like policing it and things like that. It's like then I'm going to assume you need to go through all the reviews that month and then go, all right, that was such and such had done that job, that was such and such had done that.
So that's all money.
That's all money and time as well.
Of course it is, and then you've got to track, right, this client's called such and such, load the rota system up. So yeah, it is time and money, and I think a lot of people...
Suppose they'll not be shy and coming in and telling you, by the way, I just got a good review. Did you see it?
I know, they're not, and a lot of them... I like it when the people that leave the reviews put the staff's names in, because I'm like, champion. So they might say, you know, this member of staff and this member of staff. I think, right, mark yous down on the sheet.
Because it's easier. But for us, sometimes it's like, so David's really good at getting the reviews because customers really like him. But I'll turn up, I'll do the sale, and I do stuff for the job. Like, I'll come in, do the worktops, David does the sign off, and it's all his name on the reviews. And I'm like, hold on a minute, I was there as well. And it's like, but it just so happened, because he was the last name that they spoke, they were the last person that spoke to, he's the one that asked for it. We give every customer a thank you card. And it's basically an aftercare sheet as well, but it's got a wee QR code to take them straight to gain a review. And he's like that. They think it's because he's gave them it, it's his name that goes on it. Forgetting I'm the one that was back in the garage at 10 o'clock that night making the doors. I was the one that basically organised everything, and he just takes all the glory after. off me all the
Yeah.
time.
Gets on the credit.
Get fed up with you, David, man. You're pissing me off.
If you get any advice for anybody that's maybe want to start a business, no cleaning, but just in general, somebody wants to start a business, where should they start? How did they get the preferred client or customer?
I'll share with you the best advice that I've ever been given. And this is something that I've always stuck to, and this advice was given to me from a heroin addict. And they told me, when I had a conversation, I work obviously a lot with drugs and alcohol and doing biohazards, needle sweeps and things like that. And they told me the exact words they used were stick with the winners and avoid the enablers. Okay, and that is my advice for anybody in any situation in life. In terms of business, if you want to be successful, stick with people who are winning. Follow the people that are doing absolutely amazing, that are turning the millions of pounds over, that are buying, property investments, that are buying houses abroad, that are, driving
Surround
decent
yourself
cars.
with people that you inspire to be, kind of thing.
Exactly. Don't hang around with all these people that can't quite get off the ground, or they're sort of on an aeroplane but they haven't quite got enough petrol or gas or whatever it is to
You'll end up the same. You'll end up the same as them, won't you?
You'll end up like that. You'll never really go anywhere. Find some people and idolise them. Copy everything they do. Watch what they do like a hawk. Not even just in business, in their personal life, and always stick with the winners, and you will go far.
Good advice.
Yeah. And that was given to me by probably somebody that you would never dream of taking advice of in this life. And I have always remembered it, and I always think about it, and I always do. Whenever I go into networking opportunities or anything like that, I look for the winners and I stick to them.
One of the things for me is it's like, that's good advice. Look up to them, inspire to be them. But just remember, it's no a race to get there.
Yeah.
It's like, don't skin yourself. That you will get there if you surround yourself with these people.
Definitely, yeah.
Because my thing is, anytime I've done it, it's like, it's a race.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to go straight to doing hospitality events. I want to straight to doing buying houses abroad and stuff like that. And it's like, there's a journey there as well.
Try
and enjoy
the journey
as
well, because there has been a lot of my journey that I haven't enjoyed. I worked myself to a mental breakdown. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? And I didn't know who I was. I was speaking I might speak a bit fast for you because I'm from Newcastle. Speaking so fast they couldn't understand what I'm saying. I had the crisis team at the house, and that was because all I could see was the end goal. And I wasn't enjoying life. I wasn't thinking, oh, this is fantastic. We're turning over £10,000 this month. That wasn't enough for me.
It's never
I wanted £10,000 a week, and then I wanted £10,000 a day, and I wanted it now, sat in my bank account.
I keep needing to sit, like, this time when I started up Kitchen Wraps Glasgow and kitchenwrapper.com, I said to myself, right, let's just enjoy it this time. Let's enjoy meeting the customers. Let's enjoy speaking to the customers and being personal.
Absolutely.
Because there will be a time where you can't be personal with every customer. And I need to keep reminding myself that. Try and enjoy this journey. It's no a race to 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. You get there.
And 100% you do.
And we are getting there, and we're getting there through good service. We're getting there through good reviews, and just enjoying working. Even like when we're out, I'm still going out doing installs. I don't need to go out and do installs every day already, but I'm still going out and doing them because I enjoy working with David. Like, I can go out with David all day and the two of us come back and we've had a great laugh.
Yeah, I know, definitely.
What David makes you happy, if that's what you enjoy doing, then there was
a time there when I just had an office, and I was in the office and I was just constantly sitting looking at the bank account going, right, I've got £20,000 worth of wages to pay this month.
Yeah.
I've got pensions to pay, and that wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah, it's very similar actually to what happened to me in January when I was like, right, I'm leaving altogether. No one's going to see us. I went and bought really expensive luxury spa membership, and I thought, I'm just going to go to the spa every day. Every day I'm going to get ready. I'm going to fill my water bottle. I'm going to work from there. And do you know what? I like working with Laura and Joanne in the office. I like getting a panini from the cafe along the road and sitting having a bit munch on that. Then I'll have a little bit of chocolate. Then, do you know, I like talking to them.
Did you like when you're there, but
well, because I usually buy the sandwiches. No, we all take it in turns. But yeah, so it's all about a happy. Is that mine?
See if it's yours again, you're getting bored.
Oh, I think about.
And we've got 5 minutes left anyway, Faye.
I think that's probably a good point to wrap it up, you know?
Yeah.
Before we finish up,
Had a
Faye,
good chat, haven't we?
you could just let us know before we finish up, how will people find you? Assuming there's going to be people from Newcastle and stuff watching this. So how will they find you? For your, even people in the UK, they might be interested in biohazard cleaning, or you being a coach or a mentor, how will they find you?
Yeah, so if you want to find out a little bit more about me, if you go to www.biohazardtraining.co.uk, there's lots of ways that you can contact me on there and find out a little bit more, or you can search me on Facebook, Faye Mac.
See, everybody says the www. You don't need to say that.
Don't say it.
I don't know nothing about
It's
websites.
like Robert done it the other week. He's like www. It's like just biohazardtraining.com or whatever it was.
Hey, honestly.
Oh, well, thank you
good,
for
yeah.
coming
So that was
up.
us. Thank you very much for coming,
No,
Faye.
thank you for having us.